this, and I say, yo, what up? What's up, Twitch chat and YouTube? This is from Post-it, a viewer from France. Crazy. Welcome, all my French viewers. That's cool. Can't make it on stream tonight, but we are still gonna do a deck doctor for him today. I've got a small little speech, so let's get to it. He says, since I'm in the ER and my battery is dying, I play Shoto 1 underwater. I found that I have a lack of speed boost. Almost all of my attacks are blocked because it's slow. I use range combo attacks. I use tape swings basically for free momentum. But I have a problem. I have a trouble to place them. I'm absolutely not confident in my side list at all. I tend to use keywords like combo, powerful, breaker, because I'm obsessed with dealing as much damage as possible. I have all of set 1, a playset. I have all of set 1, a playset of common and uncommons from Heroes Clash and some Crimson Rampage, but cards won't be a problem, as we have a nice community in France, and I can easily trade. In the future, I like to build Fire Shoto 2. We'll take it one step at a time. First off, Post-it, thank you much for the support on Patreon, buddy. I appreciate that. We are going to, we're going to be talking about every card available inside of all 3 sets, because I think that's going to just help you make the decisions the most, and I'm going to get inside your head of where I would be playing the highest level of Water Todoroki. So we're going to encompass all 3 sets here. Anything that you don't have, you obviously can find replacements for, obviously. So first off, let's look at your attack lineup. Excuse me. Giant Ice Wall, amazing. Massive Flash Freeze, perfect. Ice Storm, awesome. Grasping Tape Toss, spectacular. Frigid, amazing. Tape Swing, awesome. I don't actually think you need to change your attack lineup at all. 24 attacks is a lot of attacks, and I think the biggest issue that you have is this number is not big enough. I think this number needs to be 70 in order to have the perfect lineup. There are a couple attacks that we can talk about and see. One of which being Freezer Burn, which feels like it was made for Todoroki 1. That bottom enhance of discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Rival Ready is one of your foundations. Amazing. Whenever my character has a commit 1 foundation cost on your play. Cannon Blast is a insane kill card. Enhance commit 1 foundation, this attack gets +1 speed, +2 damage. Enhance commit 2 foundations, does it get +2 speed, +4 damage, and then you commit a foundation on Todoroki to give it even more damage. And so it's like +3, +6, +X, depending on if you're willing to commit the 4 resources for it. So make this a 9 diff, right? Because you commit 3-4 resources. Make this a 9 diff in order to just try and blow them out of the water. Pretty good. Not positive it has a perfect room in our list, but it might be a good replacement for something along the lines of Tape Swing. But this card being a throw and being able to put stats on feels very good. Up next, Crow Frog Takedown. This card is a ranged card that doesn't count as progressive difficulty. It feels fine having this be played as a poke because my opponent doesn't know if my 7 hand size character is going to keep aggressing afterwards. I'm not positive I want to waste a bunch of high blocks on Crow Frog Takedowns whenever I could have the most massive giant frigid heat waves coming in, you know? I'm just not positive. And then lastly is just Tongue Whip. Tongue Whip was a meta staple in set 1. Easily could see a ton of play in set 2. We could play something along the lines of, I think a solid attack lineup would be like 3 Tongue Whips, 3 Frigids, 3 Tape Swings, 3 Giant Ice Walls, and that will keep you at your 24 count. This keeps your high block, low block numbers still even on your attacks, right? You've got the 1 mid block here, the 2 mid block here, the 3 mid block here, and then 6 highs, 6 lows. I think this is an acceptable number. I think Frigid Heatwave at max is allowed to be a 3 of. I think there's other decks that can get away with it. Yeah, so let's move on from the attack lineup because I don't think you need Cannon Blast. I don't think you need Crow and Frog. I think Cannon Blast and Crow and Frog take the same spots as Grasping Tape Toss or maybe Massive Flash Freeze, and I like these cards too much to actually like not play them. So there's that. Up next, let's talk about the foundations that I have inside of the list. First, inside of your sideboard, and then we'll talk about the things that you have inside your main board and talk about the cards I like and I don't like. Irrefutable Force of Nature. This card's insane. This card has to be at least a 2 of in your deck. It's it is in the argument for being the absolute best foundation in the game at the moment, at least top 5. So like having 2, maybe 3 of this card in your deck is not bad at all. I like Observant Student as a way to have deadlock pressure if we had a way to clear the card out of our card pool. Currently with our character, we just don't have a way to clear this card. We're not playing Amphibious Ambush because I don't think that card is that spectacular inside of Todoroki. I think other decks have other things to be doing, so I just don't think we need this one. I'd rather play something along the lines of Daunting Message. If my health is currently less than half, I get to select and commit one of my opponent's foundations. That card feels very, very good at like a 2 of. Prone to Dry Eyes. It is a 3-diff, which is a little spooky, playing a couple of 2 checks. This card says that I can trade resources in my hand in order to do the same plus X damage with Todoroki. I don't hate this card, but I am nervous to see what other 3-diffs we're playing. I'm currently seeing like Rescue Completed Sticky Balls as a way to as a way to get damage, and these cards like help keep you alive, so I think it's probably better for there. Cheerleader, spin a momentum, make a thing a flash. It's kind of like an extra copy of Todoroki, right? My opponent has one big huge enhance that they play, so I'll respond, commit Todoroki, discard the top 3 cards, and stop my opponent from applying a cool ability. This card says I essentially do that for a momentum cost in the foundation instead. This card's very good. I think at least a 1 of should be played. Basic Training, insane 0-diff, which I think is one of the biggest things that your deck's missing. You're only playing 4 gotcha. That's probably a I'm only playing set 1 cards issue. But Basic Training is incredible, and so we're going to be playing 4 of this card. It's really, really good to respond for the +1 and then enhance commit for the extra stats. And once you're at deadlock, you can commit this for your stats on Todoroki and still respond with it to get a bunch of speed, which is the thing you said you're missing. Feeling Cute. Hey, we found our speed, huh? Feeling Cute says destroy a foundation, your attack gets +1 speed. Commit with Todoroki for plus X damage. Destroy that committed resource for +1 speed. We also have that same thing happening with Frozen, which we get to play a 2 of. This is pseudo speed. It essentially gives every move stun 1 if I decide to do that same type of play. Commit a foundation and then destroy. This also helps us keep us out of deadlock. Honorable Forfeit. This is a card that I put on the page that I don't think is going to make the cut, but I think it's very cool. Going like Grasping Tape Toss into a Tongue Whip, enhance commit honorable forfeit. I get to play something like Tape Swing for free, or like a giant ice wall into a massive flash freeze. I then get to play a Tape Swing for free. Feels very, very good. I don't think we get to have it though. Struggling with Studies. This card's at least a 3 of. With all the cards that are flipping in the game, with being able to pull back up an Ice Storm and then block with it again, especially after something like a tape, this card is a force to be reckoned with. It's very, very good. Ice Gliding gets to be a 2 of. It's fine momentum stuff. Face Shield gets to be a 2 of. It says if I'm fighting the mirror match, I don't just auto lose. Surviving the Final gets to be a 3 of. This card's very good. We already talked about Frozen. And so now we have 90 cards in our deck, and that is just entirely too many. So now I want to talk about the cards that you chose to put in your deck, and the cards that I want to take out. First and foremost, Precise Control. I think if you need Precise Control, I think you're just being a little overly aggressive with your builds. And so, and there's other cards that do this same job, but a little bit better. Walkling, I absolutely love in here. We're a squishy 7 hand size character. We got to have it. Gotcha. Combos or tactics with Todoroki exceptionally well. Rescue Completed, I think, should be a 2 of. Same thing with Sticky Balls, exclusively because I'm nervous about the Tape Swings. I just don't want them to happen. Self-Assured should be a 1 of. This card has a unique keyword, which means I'm only allowed to have 1 of it on the table at a time. Same thing with Sticky Balls, but because of it has the flip ability, it's easier to play around. First Fill and Encounter, I think, gets to be a 2 of. I like this card a lot, and maybe it ends up being a 3 of. I want to put it at a 2 of and maybe side the 3rd. Its Deadlock is exceptionally good. Committing to give this one +1/+1, and then my next range turn gets -1 difficulty feels really good when I am playing a bunch of 5 diffs, right? Giant Ice Wall into Frigid Heat Wave feels very good when I commit the resource and get the stats for it, as long as I check well. Think Fast. Once again, it's just a 1 of. It's got the unique keyword. I don't need more than 2 in my hand ever. The 1 mid block is great, but I think the value of this card really only happens whenever I've got Tape Swing. Classmate introductions, I hate this card. I think this card's not very good. Getting plus 2 your speed is fine, but I think there's just better things to be doing with playing your throws. And because we're playing throws, I think it is easier to just get the damage, and we don't necessarily care if these are blocked, and they're going to be blocked because they're so slow. Where we at? Tape is amazing. Irrefutable is amazing. Chat is saying I play recovery time over the plus ultra. I actually disagree with that, strictly because of plus ultraing a tape swing is messed up. Plus ultraing tape swing is really, really good. It starts at a 12 damage throw that then I get bonus credit for Todoroki. I think that this card is cracked in this deck. And then just like tape plus ultra combined with the cancel on Todoroki says that like a lot of really powerhouse moves just don't get to hit. So my question is, now that I've done this, we are significantly closer. I think to the point where we could even like increase this number. I know that currently in my fire list, I'm playing 24 attacks and I'm playing an 80 card list, and that feels very, very good. So maybe we even put in more cards, but I think 76 might be a good starting point. My block zones are relatively even. You know what? We're going to go up to 77. I already put the third here. Let's look at our block zones. Whoa, low. It could just be, it could be another daunting message, because like we're gonna get smacked up. Taking 11 damage as Todoroki is very easy to do in this world. So I think 76 might be our number. 77. Yeah, 21, 25, 21. This might be where I'm at when it comes to moves. I think the hardest cards you're gonna have to get is probably the daunting message, right? And then maybe the tongue whips, but you said you already have a playset of set 1, so that shouldn't be that tough. Everything else is fairly easy to come by. I mean, it's a rare, it's a common, uncommon, common, rare. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I think this is actually just the list. Yeah, I like the creepy at a 3 of. I like the walkling at a 4 of. This is probably the list. I'm probably gonna steal this to play some matches. I think this might just be where Water Todoroki gets to exist. With that said, man, thank you much for the support on Patreon. I hope your recovery is. I'm in the ER. My battery is dying, so I wish you a speedy recovery. Let me know how you feel about the list. I'm gonna send the list to you. You can watch the VOD or the YouTube video later for all my explanations. But good luck this weekend at time of recording in the EU Nats. And enjoy the game. With that said, man, you have a good a quick recovery, and we'll catch you next time.